Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek A Day. Continuing on with my top 50 favorite characters from Star Trek, we have number 11, Odo from Deep Space Nine. I've always found Odo to be one of the most compelling characters in Star Trek, someone who was very different from his very nature as a changeling, as this shape-shifting being with, at first, a very mysterious origin, and his past on DS9 when it was Terok Nor, someone who is very staunchly attached to his interpretation of right and wrong of the law. Sometimes to his detriment, but many times just in a fashion that makes him this true, unbiased arbiter of justice in a way that works really well when he gets moments to have his kind of gruff detective episodes. Those I think Odo functions the best in with that element of the character. And then you have a very different aspect of the growth of his emotional life as Kira enters his life, and we get probably the most satisfying slow burn, will they won't they kind of romance relationship in Star Trek. There are other ones that start and stop or peter out or happen very quickly, and this is an instance of this unrequited love that turns into a very interesting relationship towards the end with Odo and Kira, and at the same time, Odo and Quark's, a term that I hear used all the time now, frenemies, that fits them perfectly. I love their dynamic. They're one of my two favorite friendships in all of Star Trek, and they're very different because the friendship is not like this loving, caring, buddy-buddy relationship that you have with Miles and Julian. It's something very different, as they are on opposite ends of the spectrum of legality and oftentimes at odds, and it's just a very interesting relationship that I always love my rewatching of Deep Space Nine. So Odo is involved in a lot of great character work within the series, and then the broader spectrum of when we get into the Dominion War and everything, and finding out his past, the shock of when we realize, where he came from, what he truly is, and then his involvement and his struggles during the Dominion War of finally finding his people and then finding himself at odds with them. No one does exasperated quite like Odo, and Odo will always be one of my favorites.